I'm teacher Oakley. In today's class, for the next hour, we are going to be looking at vocabulary which is related to marriage and weddings. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we'll look at some concrete nouns as well as verbs and actions that happen, and we'll there are a lot of idioms and colloquial expressions in English that have to do with marriage and weddings. So I hope you can join me. The class will be doing a mix of different exercises, mix and match and fill in the blank. And we will be having conversations about marriage and weddings as we go along. So a mix of some exercises and discussion. Please join me, whether you're married or not, or never intend to get married, or have been married for 40 years. Please join me because it's all useful vocabulary, at least in my opinion. Okay, where is everyone today? Let's get this game started. All right, we're going to begin. I'm going to share some material, and we're going to begin at the beginning when you're talking about marriage and weddings. We're going to start by talking about the engagement and roll on into, you know, what happens after. Okay, just to give you an idea of what we'll be doing, some simple exercises. For example, we're going to start with talking about getting engaged. We're going to look at some common words and expressions which we use when we're talking about engagement. Simple fill in the blank exercises as such. Piece of cake, really. Don't be nervous. And we'll talk about all right. Now, never fear if you don't want to talk about your marriage. That's okay. I'm not going to probe too deeply. The purpose is to learn English. Okay. Wow. Now we can get started. Okay. Hello, Mustafa. Good morning.
Hi, teacher. Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. It must be very early.
Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. now. But
wow.
Yeah, but I'm starting my day. So yeah, it's good to start my day with your classes.
Oh.
Especially, I didn't attend any of your classes yesterday, and yeah, I just watched the idiom class.
Okay, you're an early bird. Okay, is there even a sun in the sky yet? Has the sun rose? Has the sun risen?
No.
Sorry,
No.
Bad English. Has the sun risen? No.
No. Have the sun risen? No, not yet. Actually, after 1 hour, I guess it would be risen. Rise.
Wait a minute, we're both confused. Okay, rise, present tense, rose. Rise, rose. No, that's a different verb. Raise, raised. Okay, the ship was raised from the bottom of the ocean. So raised is a regular verb. Raise, raised, raised. Rise is a different verb. Rise, rose, risen. He rose from the dead. Okay. And risen. The sun has risen. Okay. All right. We were both messing that up, actually. So we're looking for the sun rises. If the sun rose, the sun has risen, like that. Okay. All right. We're going to be learning vocabulary today and related to marriage and weddings. So, okay. So, Mustafa, you're still a single guy, right?
I'm a single guy.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Just in case you end up marrying an English speaker. Just kidding. No matter
Why
what.
not? Why
Why
not?
not? Yeah, why not? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? In any case, whether you're married, not married, never plan on getting married, this is good vocabulary to know. So we're going to start with a simple beginning to beginning, the engagement. We're going to look at some words and phrases and do a fill-in-the-blank exercise with these words related to the engagement. Well, here we go. Now we've got some other students. We can get this party started. So let me quickly welcome Sam. Hello, Sam. How are you?
Hello. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. Good morning to you. Also,
Morning.
very early where you are. You guys are early risers. Okay, and also let me welcome Victor. Victor, good to see you again.
Nice to see you again too.
Thanks. Okay, let's get started. Number one, if you could please read it, do your best to fill in the blank. Mustafa, take her away.
Okay, first, I have got some news. I'm really excited. Mark blank to me. Oh, okay, proposed to me. Okay. Just a second. Mark blanked me to marry him last night. I said yes. Mark asked me to marry him last night.
Yeah, that's it. Very good. It would be kind of awkward to say proposed me to marry him. It's kind
Exactly.
of redundant
Yeah.
because we know propose means ask to marry. Right. Very good. All right. Be aware that you might have to concern yourself with verb tense. Good job. All right. Past tense. You got it. Mark asked me to marry him last night. Oh, I said yes. So great. Woo! Okay, continuing. Sam, number two.
Okay. I remember the day my husband proposed me. Proposed to me.
Proposed. There it is.
Okay,
Yes.
proposed to me. We were on holiday in Greece. It was very romantic.
Of course it was. Okay. Question, Sam. Part of the part of the
Yes.
culture in Western culture is to when
Mhm.
you propose, you get down on your knee and you give the woman a ring, usually a diamond ring. Is this does this happen in your culture as well?
No.
Yeah.
No, not. Yes, majority marriages are arranged marriages. And yes,
see.
and yes, some marriages we can say that is like that. How we say, love marriages, yes, and some are mixed marriages. Means love marriage and arranged marriage both together.
What does that mean? Law
Yes,
marriage. I don't know what that means.
yes, love marriage as well. Another.
What does that
And
mean? I'm not sure what you're. Oh.
You totally depend on your parents, what they decide for you. And
Okay.
even though sometimes a girl, a groom and bride never see that person.
Have
And
never.
have never yes, have never seen never seen person. And they only depended on their parents. What they were selected for for their daughter and yes, and some marriages we can say this is totally arranged, and mixed marriages means a boy or girl like that person, and their parents also involved in that, and they are totally agree that okay, we are going to marry to that person, and with going to married with person, And
Okay.
yes, and this we can say mixed marriages, right? And other marriages says that they are court marriages. Of course, only a boy, a girl are involved in that kind of the marriages, and their parents didn't didn't know about that. So
Okay.
yes,
What's that called?
different.
The last one?
The last one,
Yeah.
court marriages.
Court marriages. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, okay. That's interesting because there's a little differences. All right. Arranged marriage, of course, it used to happen in Western cultures. It doesn't really exist anymore. Um, okay, most men and women decide themselves. Arranged marriage. Now, when you said mixed marriage, I have to clarify, just so you or anybody else doesn't get confused. There is a connotation or a meaning for mixed marriage. We do have
I
this collocation in English.
uh, yes, I
Um,
just tell them that both are involved. Means
mhm.
sometimes yes. So I use that. This is not colloquially used mixed marriages.
Okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I wanted to explain because in
Mhm.
English, this has a connotation if you refer to a mixed marriage, and it's usually not really referred to specifically and directly, but more talking about statistics, national statistics, and this kind of thing. This collocation, mixed marriage, refers to whatever. For example, a Caucasian, a white guy marries a Pakistani. A black man marries a white woman, etc. Mixed marriages have to do with two people of totally different races or ethnic backgrounds. That's what it references. So totally different, okay? Right. And similar but not the same, if the boy and the girl decide to not talk to their parents or anybody and they run away and get married to Las Vegas or wherever. Do you know what that's called, Sam? The verb? Does anybody know, actually? Let me throw that one out to the class.
Secret?
Run out. How we say that? Run out.
No, that's not it.
Run out. Mhm.
Mustafa?
Run out from their here, from house, right?
No, no. Well, they may run away from their house, or they may, whatever. They may be living entirely separately from their parents already. Mustafa, did you have an idea?
I guess secret marriage
No.
related to secret. I'm not sure.
There's a word for this, guys, and it's a verb, to elope. As a noun, it's an elopement. They elope. They really secretly run off and get married, maybe by themselves, one witness, whatever. They elope. They dispense with the giant formal wedding, and they have a very small wedding. Las Vegas is famous for this. People go there and they get married. Like, you can get married in 5 minutes. In Las Vegas, there is actually, really, I'm very serious about this. There's a place in Las Vegas where you can sit in your car and there's a drive-through wedding, like drive-through fast food, McDonald's or whatever. Crazy. Anyway, that's called, the verb is to elope. Okay, back to the engagement. Let's continue here. Well, we have a new student. Actually, let me quickly say hello to, I'm not sure what your name is, N. Hi, N. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How should I address you? What should I call you? Hello?
No,
Nah?
it's good. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, nah, it is. That works for me.
It's easy.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Got it. Okay, welcome to the class, Nah. Hang on, and you'll be next after Victor here. Victor, number 3, please.
Have you heard? Martin and Liza have just got engaged. They are planning to get married next year.
Okay, very common collocation. They got engaged last week. Okay, you could talk about them with the verb to be. They are engaged. very often when we talk past tense to spread the news, so to speak, they got engaged. Yep. Okay. Victor, you're a married man, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you romantically propose to your wife?
Really, I don't know. Uh, Romantic is different for different people. I
That's true.
think in a practical way, so I asked her to be my wife, but really don't. I didn't anything romantic. Really.
Oh, Victor. Okay. Maybe. I wonder what your wife would say. I don't know. Okay.
For me, is the best. Was my best
It was
thing,
your
but I
best.
think yes, I did my best, but I think it could be better in a romantic way.
Victor, the guy always thinks that. Yeah, the guy always thinks it's not good enough. It's not romantic enough. It's not, oh, I didn't have a plane right. Will you marry me across the sky? I didn't, in the middle of a national televised baseball game, I didn't have the scoreboard say, will you marry me, Lisa?
No, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
For me,
Crazy things.
yes, I don't think a romantic guy. For example, I never give to my wife flowers, for example, or some special thing. And always when is it's a special day for us, I always try to go to the shop with her, and I always try to she select the best gift for her.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
all right. Okay. Well, all's well that ends well. Doesn't really matter because you have a great family and great daughter. So who cares really? Okay, let me continue with Na. All right, Na. In a conversation, okay, between two people, maybe the first person would say, "Have you heard Martin and Lisa have just gotten engaged or just got engaged?" By the way, you can say "got engaged," which is a little bit more British. Americans like to use "gotten" as the past participle. They've just gotten engaged. They're planning to get married next year. The other person might reply, "Nah, can you read this?"
Yeah, really,
Mm-hmm.
really, that's fantastic. Have they, sorry,
Okay. Have they?
uh, can you
Yes.
can see the question, please?
Answers? Mm-hmm. Yes, I've done that. Can you see it?
Mm, I'm not sure. I think set a
Technical
date.
problem. Set a date. Oh, you do got it. You do have it. Okay. Yeah. Have they set a date? Typical question. All right. Conversation about this news. Have they set a date? What does that mean? A date for what?
I think make a date for something.
Yeah. For what? That's my question. Have they set a date? Okay. If this phrase "have they set a date" almost exclusively it can refer to any kind of date or planned time, but when you hear this, I immediately think of weddings. When is the wedding going to happen?
Wedding.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
difficult.
Right. Have they set a date yet? Very common question when you hear that two people are going to get married. People do it differently in Western culture. Sometimes it's 2 weeks from now. Sometimes it's a year from now. I don't know. It's kind of up to the couple, I guess. Na, are you single or married?
Yeah, I'm single.
Still single? Okay.
Yeah.
Someday, maybe?
Every day, no Sunday.
No, no. Okay, that's very, very funny. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I was trying to be subtle. Will you get married someday?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're a funny guy, Nah. Glad to have you in the class. All
Thanks.
right. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna move on to Mustafa here, number 4.
Okay, in some countries, parents blank their children's marriage. They look for a suitable partner for their son or daughter to marry. Okay,
Oh,
category.
okay. Yeah.
Arrange.
Yeah. Okay. As per my conversation with Sam earlier, actually. That's right. Okay. How about where you live? Are arranged marriages common, Mustafa, in Iraq?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of. We have mix here, variety of
Okay.
marriage. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. I just want to ask you a question.
Sure.
I know tie the knot is like getting married, right?
Yes, it is.
And ask the question is like synonym to propose to someone.
Except okay, get this right. All right. They're going to tie the knot. All right. This is an idiom for getting married. They're going to get married. Not ask the question. We never say it like that. Oh, David's very nervous. He's going to pop the question tonight on his date with Sarah. He's going to pop the question. Always pop the question. And we don't use this phrase. You don't say, "Oh, are you going to pop the question to your boss about getting a raise?" We only use this idiom to express the idea of asking for someone's hand in marriage. Ooh, there's another one. Ask for her hand. Okay, here. Get into these. I knew we were going to get into these expressions.
Thank you.
All right, you're going to ask for her hand. We don't even need the in marriage part. Anybody would know what that means automatically. He's going to ask for her hand. He's going to pop the question tonight. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. The man you're engaged to is your fiance. Very French. Eh? Mais oui. The woman you're engaged to is your fiancée. Okay, very subtle difference. She's my fiancée. Fiancé. Okay, there's more stress on the ending for the girl. I don't know. They're French words. I can barely discern them myself. Fiancé has more like middle stress. He's my fiancé. She's my fiancée. Okay. Nowadays, these words are less common. Well, I don't know. I think that's very colloquial. That depends on where you are in England, Australia, America, or Canada. I think some places it's extremely common. So I slightly disagree with this last piece of information. Okay. All right. They've gotten engaged. He's popped the question. Okay. Here we go. Julie and David are getting married next month, so a little mix and match here. Ooh, wow, a long one. Let me fix this here. It's just a little easier to look at here for you. Okay, let's see. A little mix and match. Match the beginnings of the phrases with the ending of the word on the right. All right, let's give it our best shot. Sam, number 1. What does she need to do to prepare for the wedding? Here, obviously, Western culture.
Okay.
Wedding.
Julia has went out.
Sent.
Okay, sorry. Julia has sent out a hen night on the Friday before the wedding?
No.
A stage night on the Friday before the wedding.
No. What do you? Okay. The key thing is, what do you send out?
Sent out is a verb.
It's a verb. It's a phrasal verb. Send
Yes.
out. Send is the simpler verb form. You know, you send an email, you send a
Mm-hmm.
letter.
Mm-hmm.
Send out just emphasizes the fact that you're sending something to many people. So
Okay. Invitation to all the wedding guests?
there you go. You're right. Many invitations. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, before she does that, she needs to.
Invitation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she needs to do a couple things. She needs to
Mm-hmm.
figure out who they're going to invite, which is
Okay.
always fun, and who they're going to leave out. Okay, she has to figure out how big is the wedding going to be, how much money does her father have. Usually in Western weddings, actually this is traditional, maybe not so much anymore, but traditionally the bride-to-be, her father pays for the wedding. Not so much anymore. Sometimes now it's a group effort. Sometimes the groom pays, the groom and the bride pay, whatever. Okay, so they have to figure out how many people they can afford. they have to make their guest list. Guest list. The people that are coming to a wedding, a party, an anniversary is a guest list. Then she has to buy her invitations. They're generally very fancy, engraved invitations, and then she sends them out. So a little bit more to it than that. Okay, continuing. Victor, number 2.
Okay, they has asked his brother to be best man.
Okay. Did you have a best man, Victor?
Yes, best man is the person that is near to the boyfriend
Yeah.
in the wedding. Sorry.
Yeah, he's next to the groom. We should just use groom and bride. Groom is the man getting married. Bride, the woman getting married. Yes, he stands next to the groom. That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Who did you have as a best man? A close friend? A brother? A relative?
It was a cross friend in this episode of my life, but I lost the connection with him.
Oh, that's too bad. Me too. It's me too. Exactly the same thing. My best friend. So that's very common in Western weddings to have your best friend stand next to you at the wedding. Absolutely. Okay. Moving on. Number 3.
Number 3, they booked the hotel for their reservation. So
Okay. Let's talk pronunciation for a second. They've booked the. Yep. Asked. After a K in a verb, it's a T sound for the past tense ed in regular verbs. They've booked.
they booked
Yeah.
the hotel.
Yeah. For the reception. Reception. Yes. Do you know what a reception is, Nah?
Yeah, you know reception.
Yeah. It's the fun part.
No.
Yes. Yes, indeed. It's the fun part.
I think yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. In Western weddings, the reception is after the formal ceremony. You go to the reception. Usually you basically always have food of one sort or another, maybe a sit-down meal. They cut the cake. There's dancing, generally, music and dancing. Well, not generally, always, really. And there may be quite a bit of drinking going on. Absolutely. Okay. Yep. Something always happens. I don't know I don't know about your various cultures, but in an American wedding, for example, something always happens. Something unplanned, whatever, and uncle gets drunk and knocks over the wedding cake. Something crazy always happens at weddings, but that's good. It makes them more memorable. Okay, so. They booked the hotel. To book is to, like, you make a reservation at a restaurant, you book a table, you book an airplane flight, You reserve it. You reserve a seat. We use it for some things. We don't use it for other things. You don't book a seat for to see a movie, for example. We don't use that verb. Generally, more expensive things that require more planning, you book. Okay, moving on. Number 4, Mustafa.
4, Julia has bought her wedding dress.
Her. Be careful. Her wedding.
Her wedding dress.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Mustafa, you probably have no idea. But in America, the wedding dress is fabulously expensive.
Here as well. Here is also
Okay.
expensive.
All right. Insanely expensive for seriously for a dress that you're going to wear once, really. It's insane.
Yeah. But do you guys have like renting maybe dresses? Can you rent it?
Have what? Say again?
Rent? Can you rent it? Rent? Like
Rent?
for rent.
Rent.
Yeah.
No, nobody ever does that. Strangely, okay, it's very odd. Women never rent their wedding dress, ever. A man may rent a tux. That would be very common. A tuxedo. When I say tux, I mean tuxedo.
Like a formal suit?
Yeah, well, yeah, like a penguin suit. It's got the full-on matching suit, obviously sports jacket or suit jacket, plus a cummerbund. Sometimes it has an undershirt that's frilly and yes, extremely formal. Tie,
Okay.
everything.
And it is also expensive?
It would also be very expensive to buy, but men don't care, so they just rent it. And that's not very expensive, really. But women usually insist on buying their wedding dress. I don't know, male, female, you know how it is. Okay, very interesting. Okay, wedding dresses are generally white, and they symbolize purity. Let's be blunt, virginity, whether it's true or not. That's what it is there to symbolize, the white, innocence and purity. Their wedding dresses are beautiful. Now, by contrast, the bride will have bridesmaids and possibly a maid of honor. A maid of honor is like a best man. It stands next to the bride. And she may have bridesmaids who will hold flowers and stand around looking pretty. But for some reason, an unspoken tradition, all right? Not really formally a tradition. The wedding dress will look very, very beautiful, of course. The bridesmaids will be wearing dresses like purple or fuchsia or light green or canary yellow or some weird color, and they generally look really bad.
Wow.
Okay.
So it is on purpose? Is it on purpose?
Well, kind of. Think about it. It's by contrast, because they all stand together. By contrast, the bride looks amazingly beautiful. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, women deny this, really, but it seems very obvious to me as a male. Women would deny it. Oh, I bought beautiful dresses for my bridesmaids, and they can use them after the wedding to go to clubs or whatever. They always say that, but it's like, yeah, right. Come on.
Okay.
It's unspoken, all right. But it's tradition. It always happens. All right. Let's move on. Sam.
You spilled the beans of your culture. Okay.
I did. Yeah. Secrets. Okay. Sam, number 5.
They have bought each other wedding rings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Buy them for each other, but that's something you do together because you're going to get matching wedding rings. So that's a little misleading. They don't really buy each other wedding rings. They buy them together. They decide what they want. Yeah, because of course they have to be matching. That would be weird to. I guess some people may do that, but most people have matching wedding rings. All right, Victor, moving on. Number 6.
Okay, Julie's going to have
6.
6. Okay, they have made a wedding list.
Uh-huh. Okay, here below we can see a wedding list is a list of wedding presents you want, usually from one big department store. Okay. I don't know, a wedding list, yes, I've heard that before, but usually I've heard people say, oh, we registered at Macy's department store, for example. Oh, where are you registered? We're registered at Macy's. That means they went to Macy's and they said, oh, we want a blender. We want sheets and pillowcases. We want towels. We want whatever, a new computer. We want this. We want that. So they make a list, I guess, wedding list, at that store. And then the guests, because you need to buy a wedding present, can go in the store and just say, all right, which thing are we going to get? Let's get them a blender. And then they check off the blender on the list that the store has. This is to prevent the couple from getting 16 blenders, for example. Okay, Victor, do they do anything like this in your culture, or does that sound strange?
Sometimes, but it's more common that people give you the money.
Give you money?
So, yes,
Yeah.
it's more common, so you can buy anything you need.
Uh-huh, right. Yep, even in America, sometimes they have what's called a money tree, and it'll be an actual tree, like a fake tree, or maybe a real tree, and you can clip envelopes, okay, maybe envelope with a card inside with money in it, money or even a check or whatever. Yep, they do that in Western culture and American culture too. Sometimes
I think
both.
that is the best because, as you said previously, when people, some people always give blenders
Yeah,
or
right.
trees for blenders. It's very common, so people start to use the money.
Oh, yeah, right. Not to mention the wedding itself costs a fortune. I will tell you, I used to be a chef that worked in a hotel, and I will tell you something. Oh, well, it's the American way, capitalism. Look, if I sell you I don't know, chicken parmesan dinner in my restaurant, I'll sell it to you for $12. But if you come strolling in and you tell me you're going to have a wedding for 100 people, I'm going to tell you that chicken parmesan is going to cost $18 per person. Woohoo!
Yes, in my country is the same.
Yeah, well,
But it is very expensive.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get soaked when all the prices go up if they know you're getting married. Absolutely. Okay. Let's move on. Mustafa, now number 7.
And I just to add, like, and you yourself get depleted by money, from money.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
7. Okay. Julius?
Julie. That's
Julie.
Julie, by the way. Julie.
Okay. Julie is going to have um a stage night on the Friday before the wedding.
Not Julie.
Not Jody? So David? Okay. So a hen night on the Friday before wedding.
Okay.
What's a hen? A hen what's?
A hen is a lady chicken. A lady chicken. A female chicken. A lady chicken.
Oh.
Female
Okay.
chicken is a hen. Okay. We don't really use this phrase in Americans don't really use this phrase. It's more British. But Americans do use the phrase a hen party when a bunch of women get together and they're talking and cackling. Okay. Oh, there's a hen party going on in the living room. Don't go in there. Okay. We do have that. The concept is the same, but we don't use it specifically for this party. Americans would call it a bachelorette party. And the male version would probably just be called a bachelor party. Stag, okay, a stag party is how Americans say it for Dave over here, or a bachelor's party. And the woman's party would be a bachelorette party. It used to be, when I was younger, that the woman would have a wedding shower, they would call it. Same idea, but much tamer. I think the bachelorette party has gotten a little wilder as women have obtained more equality. They're pretty much the same thing. A stag party, a bachelor party, and a bachelorette party. They can get wild. Yeah, boy. They can be relatively tame. They can be completely out of hand wild. You might have seen them in the movies. Getting a little crazy with the drinking and strippers and all kinds of craziness. Or not. They don't have to be that way. They're not always that way. Okay. People at the wedding. Now we're going to get to the actual wedding. All right. Sam, okay, the basic nouns that describe the people in the wedding.
I have a question that
Sure.
in our previous blanks, especially the 7th one, a hen night. Yes, a hen night. We say that a hen night because both bride and groom over there, right? So how we say that only if a hen night means only the bride over there?
Only bride, only the bride, and only females. Okay. The hen night is hen party would be only females.
And stage
no
night.
Men. Stag. By the way, a stag is a male deer.
Male deer, okay.
Yeah, a dominant male deer would be a stag. Okay, it has a symbol. A stag is a kind of a Western symbol of virility, manliness. Okay, whatever. A stag night or a stag party, all men. All men, unless you're in a club and your best man hires a bunch of strippers. There could be females present at a male's party, okay, to entertain the men. Yes, disgusting, well, okay, fine, but there it is. It's tradition. Yeah. Hey, you know, nowadays a bachelorette party or the hen party, they may go to a male stripper club. Hey, whatever, equal rights. Anyway, this party can get very wild. All right, so there you go.
Okay. The two people getting married are the
You said it yourself earlier.
Are the two people getting married are the
blank and the blank.
And the blank and the blank. Bride and groom?
There you go. The bride and groom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, we've kind of already talked about that. Victor.
Okay. They are being married by the clergyman?
Clergyman, yeah. That's right, a religious figure, a reverend, a clergyman, a priest, a pastor, whatever you want to call him. Doesn't have to be. In America, for example, legally, I believe there's an equivalent in England. I'm not sure what they call it. There's a person called a justice of the peace. This is like a very low-level local government official, but one of his tasks or one of his responsibilities He can marry people. People that don't want religion involved in their marriage ceremony might have a justice of the peace marry them. That would be common. Is there an equivalent to that, Victor, in your culture? If you just want a civil ceremony, it would be called?
Yes, it's very common
Mm-hmm.
because
All right.
in my country everyday people take the civil wedding because people at the moment don't believe a lot in the Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. Right.
so people prefer to be people prefer a civil
Mm-hmm.
ceremony.
Right. I don't know in the United States. I don't know what the. I have no idea. Both are common, really. The big fancy church wedding. Also, colloquially, a church wedding. Are you having a church wedding? Or are you having a civil ceremony? Would be a common question to ask two people getting married. I don't know. 50-50? I have no idea, really.
I don't know, but in my country, all of the girls dreams with shorts wedding,
Yeah, right.
and
Okay.
also they dream with the white
Yeah,
with the white color and with a
sure.
lot of people in the wedding. It's
Yeah.
common in the girls.
Yeah, it's common for the girls. Yes, they all want the big church wedding. That's same in America. Totally the same. Okay. Interestingly, legally in the United States, there's one other kind of person, I think in England too, in Australia, there's one other person that is legally allowed to marry two people. Can anybody guess what that is? Maybe seen it in a movie or anything? Anybody in class?
No.
Okay, if you are I don't know what they do, registered, certified, official, documented, whatever they do to make them legal. If you're a legal ship's captain, it doesn't matter what ship, you can actually legally marry two people. I guess.
Yes, I saw a lot of this kind of essence in
Mm-hmm.
some movies.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's like if you're on the Titanic, just to be sure. Let's get married before the boat sinks. Okay. I love you, darling. All right. Where's the captain? I don't know. Whatever. But it's still legal, surprisingly. Okay. Continuing. Mustafa. The two little girls.
Are the blank? Are the guests?
Well, probably not.
The
Okay.
two little girls are the. Okay, guests.
Now, the two little girls, okay, first of all, this is misleading. It doesn't have to be little girls, and it's usually not. I don't know where they get the two little girls. It's usually two friends of the bride. They're grown-up girls. Okay. Two grown-up girls, two friends of the bride.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be two. Sometimes it's two, sometimes it's one, sometimes three, sometimes four. You can kind of make up these rules as you go along. Okay, the bride has bridesmaids, has a maid of honor and bridesmaids, and the groom has a best man and ushers. They're called ushers. The ushers really don't do anything except they help seat people at the wedding. Generally, all the bride's family is on the left, looking towards the altar, and the groom's family is on the right, looking down the altar. So each side of the family takes each side of the church, if you're in a church or whatever place you are. Okay. Anyway, so ushers and bridesmaids, best man and maid of honor. There are sometimes there are.
Can you please write it down? The ushers.
Sure.
Yeah.
By the way, an usher is also the person, if you're in a movie theater and you're in the kind of movie theater where they seat you exactly F2. You have to sit in F2 seat. An usher with a flashlight will show you where your seat is. That's what an
Okay.
usher does. He shows you where your seat is. That's it. It's actually a job for real, but it's also a position in a wedding. Sam, question?
But he's the same as best man, right? He's the best man as well.
No, there's one best man. The best man has a little bit. The best man has to give a speech at the wedding. The best man has to arrange the stag party. He's the one that makes all the arrangements for that. The best man will do other things like rent a car for the couple. The best man actually does some things. The maid of honor for the bride will help her choose her dress. She'll help her pick out flowers. Maybe she'll even pick out the flowers. So the maid of honor and the best man actually have some responsibilities towards the wedding. Okay. All right. Since we have two little girls here, sometimes there are little girls involved in the wedding. One or two little girls, really, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old girls, and they are the flower girls. They will. Sometimes you'll see this. They'll throw flowers in the air when the bride walks down the aisle, or they'll carry a bouquet behind the bride. Either whatever the way they want to arrange it. Used to be sometimes there would be a ring bearer. Kind of sounds like Frodo. There would be a ring bearer, usually a little boy who carries the wedding rings on a pillow, on a fancy silk pillow. Sometimes these flower girls and ring bearer, these are not done. Again, some people have a civil ceremony. They don't have bridesmaids. They don't have ushers. So there are definitely variations. Each wedding is somewhat unique. Yeah, okay. Sam, did you have let me talk to you for a minute. Did you have a question or?
Yes, now it's clear. I'm asking about the usher. Yes, usher, what does it mean? I understand. A person who shows people to their seats,
Yeah.
or maybe.
That's
Yes?
about it. That's about all they do. And then they stand at the front of the church during the ceremony kind of on the side and, I don't know, look good or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. And when I was talking about the wedding dress and the bridesmaid dresses being different, the groom, best man, and the ushers, often they all have the same suit. Sometimes the groom may have a different suit, a little bit more upscale from the best man and the ushers. Okay, anyway, Sam, from here.
The man standing on the groom's right is his best man?
Yeah, best man. That's it. Okay, who we have discussed. Okay, and then finally, Victor, of course.
Okay. The wedding guests are watching the ceremony.
That's right. Okay, pretty simple. All right, after there they are. Oh, okay. This guy looks confused over here. He would be the best man. This would be the groom here. Obviously, the bride. These are bridesmaids. Okay, they are little girls, but not necessarily. Here's the clergyman's bald head. Okay. Immediately following the ceremony, before you go to the reception, it would be very common for a couple, 2 or 3 things to happen outside the church or outside the hall where you're having a civil ceremony, wherever it is. They used to traditionally throw rice, which is a symbol of fertility, have many children. They might now throw flowers or release balloons or release doves or that tradition has become varied. They will definitely have a kind of a reception line where everyone will shake hands with the groom and congratulate the bride a long line of people, all the guests, and they will most likely take pictures. Family pictures, pictures of just the bride and groom, the immediate family, the extended family, whatever, the wedding party. Oh, by the way, all those people, bride, groom, maid of honor, best man, ushers, that's called the wedding party collectively. All those people together are the wedding party. Okay, traditional vows. Nowadays, really, pretty much everyone writes their own vows. This is almost a thing of the past, or at least for Americans. Okay, here are the traditional vows, however. Let's take a look at them. Mustafa?
Okay, John Smith, take
No, yeah, it's very important.
What?
It's a vow.
I,
It's a pledge.
okay,
It's a promise.
okay.
John Smith.
John Smith, take the Jane Brown to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for blank.
Okay.
For
Think contrast.
For worse.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. Right.
Let me complete it to my head.
Okay. I, John Smith, take thee. Thee is Old English for you, or a version of you, when it's one person, singular you. Okay. To be my wedded wife, or maybe my lawfully wedded wife is another version. All right, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse. Okay, continue, Sam.
For richer, for poor.
Poorer, yes.
Poorer, okay.
Yeah, that's
Poorer.
it.
Yes, for what was the first one? I really don't understand. Yes.
For better, for worse.
For better. Okay. For better, for
richer,
worse.
for poorer.
For poor.
Okay.
Sickness and health.
In sickness and in health. Okay, Victor, finish it off.
Okay, to love and to cherish till death as the pair.
Yeah, all right. So there it is. Okay. All right. These are your vows, your pledge, your oath. Okay. We'll be together from this day forward, when it's good, for better, or when it's bad, when we're rich or when we're poor, when we're sick or when we're healthy, to love and to cherish till death do us part, forever.
Teacher, sorry, when they are saying this, like they are holding their hand, what?
Yep, you're facing each other. Actually, holding her hand and putting, you might be putting the ring. The way it's done now, very few people use this. Okay, so traditionally, all right, with this vow, John Smith at this point in time would be putting the wedding ring on her finger. I mean, would be holding her hand and holding the ring on her finger, and he would say all this, and then she would say I, Jane Brown, take thee, John Smith, and she would be putting the ring on his finger at that moment that she's saying this. You see?
Okay.
So this is where the rings actually get put on the fingers when this vow is. Okay. Sam, to cherish. Cherish is to hold something above all else. If you cherish something, you love it and you never want to lose it, or you never want to leave it. You can, I don't know, you can cherish a person, obviously, as in here. You can cherish if you won a gold medal in the Olympics, I'm sure you would cherish it. You would keep it in a special place. You would never want to lose it. You would be very sad to lose it. It's an extremely important thing to you, is to cherish something. Okay, so basically strong love. Okay. Well, we're out of time. Got to go for now. In another, I'm doing a grammar class next, but after that, we're going to talk more about weddings and marriage and share more about our cultures. If you can stick around that long or join me, that would be great. If not, in any